Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, Governor Hochul announces a cool energy assistance to low-income New Yorkers.
And Rudy's Lakeside Drive-In opens with new renovations.
Plus, SUNY Oswego commencement ceremony will honor 3 distinguished speakers. 2 of them you might even know.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
I'm Nasir Miko.
And I'm Julianne Fike.
In addition to graduation of hundreds of students, SUNY Oswego's May commencement ceremony will feature 3 distinguished guests, 2 of which are Oswego alumni. The Oswego alumni including Constance Schwartz Marini and Linda Cohen, both of whom will be provided with honorary doctoral degrees. Ambassador Erectus Itakela Lokale, the permanent representative of the Republic of Kenya to the United Nations, will also be speaking at the ceremony.
Ambassador Lokatale is a diplomat and human rights lawyer with more than 2 decades of experience. Schwartz Marini is a co-founder and CEO of SMAK Entertainment, an Emmy-winning award talent management firm, business incubator, and brand-building enterprise. Lastly, Linda Cohen is a Hall of Fame broadcasting trailblazer known for her work on ESPN and SiriusXM. All 3 guests will be speaking at the commencement on May 17th.
Home Energy Assistance Program, commonly known as HEAP, is opening applications for cooling assistance. On a first-come, first-served basis, HEAP pays for an air conditioner and installation for eligible low-income families. Others eligible for the program are households with young children and older adults, as well as someone with a documented medical condition affected by extreme heat. To see eligibility requirements and/or apply, visit your local Department of Social Services website.
The iconic Rudy's Lakeside Drive-In has opened its doors for its 79th season. Not only has it reopened, Rudy's has come back with a newly renovated interior. Their rundown look has been replaced with sleek stone counters, bright white walls, and spacious seating. Rudy's is located on Lake Ontario's shoreline and is open daily from 10:30 to 9 p.m.
Career Services is hosting a healthcare careers mixer for students to connect with healthcare professionals. This event will take place on Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. in Murano Campus Center. The mixer will feature mocktails, hors d'oeuvres, and a number of healthcare professionals. There will be employers, alumni, and grad school related healthcare included to nurse practitioners, mental health counselors, athletes, and more. Students interested in attending can register on Handshake. One SUNY Oswego staff member is making a huge impact in student affairs just a year into her role.
Our reporter Kinjal Gurun has more on the story.
Thank you. Resident Hall Director of Seneca Hall, Vivian Evans, has been awarded the SUNY Res Life and Hall Administrator Michael C. Holland New Professionals Award, where she was recognized for her dedication and leadership. Evans joined Residence Life and Housing at SUNY Oswego in 2023, and since then she has created impactful programs and has supported hundreds of students living on campus while also pursuing her master's degree.
Been given this award. It felt like a full circle moment to have been given this in front of my new comrades and colleagues along with my old ones. I'm also incredibly thankful to SUNY Oswego in general, and I hope that I've made them proud, and I will continue to do so. I'm just incredibly grateful for this team. I think there's always stuff we can improve on, and we're always open, but it's really the team and how happy we are to work with each other that makes it the best.
Congratulations, Vivian. We wish you very good luck, and that's all from me. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Kinjal. You know, Julianne, it's starting to get sunny again, and I'm hoping it's not another fall spring.
Me too. Let's find out with our Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Andy Yagudavid.
Hi, so right now, current conditions in Oswego are looking pretty nice right now. Not nice, but cold. It's really windy outside, and we have some snow right now towards the Tug Hill Plateau. Temperatures are currently falling as there's cold air coming in from Canada and rain and snow wrapping around this area of low pressure. As we look ahead to the wind gusts, they're quite impressive. We are under a wind advisory and a winter weather advisory. Oh, and here we go back to the desk.
Thanks, Andy. Syracuse police have adopted a policy to not chase stolen cars, but on the contrary, the Onondaga Sheriff's Department is sticking with the policy to chase them. A growing number of police departments in the U.S. are changing their pursuit policies for reasons of safety and not just for the officers. Some cities have been sued after policy chases hurt innocent bystanders. In other cities, police are not only pursuing chases, they're being told to develop different types of strategies. A crash last November sparked the debate to chase or not to chase.
Traffic on Interstate 81 South in Syracuse is being rerouted to I-690 east after a crash on Tuesday morning. A hit and run involving a tractor trailer took place near the exit 18 to Adams Street, according to dispatchers from the Onondaga County 911 Center. Traffic could be seen backed up past exit 22 and exit 10. The highway was being shut down due to rerouting of traffic, and all lanes were closed at exit 18.
Watertown International Airport started their Runway 1028 rehabilitation project. The infrastructure project will enhance safety and extend the runway's usability for the future. The first phase of the project will focus on repaving runway 1028. The work is expected to last 35 days. There will also be a second phase scheduled for spring 2026. During the renovation, runway 725 will remain operational to accommodate all flights.
Still ahead tonight, a car rental company experienced a data breach of customers' personal information. What information may have been stolen?
Plus, the Trump administration wants to cut federal funding for public broadcasting. Which companies will be affected the most?
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
All right, so currently taking a look at our radar, we have rain and snow coming through Oswego. Currently it's 38 degrees with light rain in Oswego, but as you go towards Harrisburg, there is some snow coming down where there's a winter weather advisory. As we take a look at the current winds, as we take a look, we're under a winter weather advisory and a wind advisory here in Oswego. And as we take a look at the futurecast, snow tonight. Oswego should be getting about a dusting, but no accumulations here in Oswego, but about a couple inches in Pulaski, Millionstown Parish, a couple inches of snow there. That's why we have a winter weather advisory. And as we look towards Thursday, it's going to be pretty chilly on Thursday, and departures from normal. Let's look here. It's going to be pretty nice. Saturday we'll have some thunderstorms. We will have a mix of rain and snow tomorrow. And as we look towards Friday, it will be chilly with rain. However, on Saturday, this is the day I want y'all to be paying attention to. Showers and thunderstorms. It will be night. It will be warm outside, but there's a chance of thunderstorms. So be careful out there. Sunday, morning rain with temperatures in the low 40s, warming up to 56 Monday, but Tuesday, a storm system from the south should come into Oswego with rain and temperatures in the low 40s. Back to you in the newsroom.
Thank you, Andy. According to a complaint filed in New York State Supreme Court, the New York City Council has filed a lawsuit in an attempt to stop the city's mayor from allowing ICE agents on Rikers Island. Last week, New York City's first deputy mayor signed an executive order allowing office space for federal law enforcement on Rikers Island. However, New York City has laws that significantly limit the cooperation with federal immigration agencies. A spokesperson for Mayor Eric Adams says they're reviewing the lawsuit.
The Trump administration has announced it is canceling 139 State Department grants. The Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, explains that the decision should save American taxpayers $214 million. The Trump administration has not released the full list of grants being canceled yet. However, the cancellations are a part of a bigger plan to halve the agency's budget and close nearly 30 overseas embassies and consultants.
The Trump administration plans on sending a request to Congress to rescind $1.1 billion in federal funding for public broadcasting. If the request is approved, it may eliminate almost all federal funding for NPR and PBS. The proposal is part of a comprehensive package asking Congress to rescind funds that were previously approved. Once the request is sent, the House and Senate will have 45 days to make the decision. Speaking of the Trump administration, Harvard University has rejected their proposed agreements for continuing funding.
Now, as Julie McDonald reports, the administration has frozen billions of dollars worth of grants.
Swift consequences with staggering impacts. By defying the administration's demands, Harvard was hit with a funding freeze of $2.2 billion in grants.
The conversation is, what in the world is going on? There is so much uncertainty about, is any federal funding safe?
Monday night at Harvard, students swayed back and forth, simultaneously defending the university's defiance of the Trump administration and also expressing concern over what these massive funding cuts mean for cutting-edge research.
These are people who are the best in the world, and that's why they're here. So that research is sort of in jeopardy.
The freeze comes after Harvard rejected a proposal calling for policy changes, including an immediate end to DEI, an audit of viewpoint diversity, discipline for protest encampments, and reforms to international admissions.
The Trump administration is trying to make an example of the wealthy selective institutions, trying to get them to completely overhaul the way they do everything.
Harvard's president explained the university refuses to negotiate over its independence or its constitutional rights. A statement that, according to President Trump's Joint Task Force, quote, reinforces the troubling entitlement mindset that is endemic in our nation's most prestigious universities. And Harvard said that addressing anti-Semitism remains a priority, strengthening their rules, expanding training, and supporting their Jewish community, but that curtailing research funding would not help with this important work. In Cambridge, I'm Julie McDonald, WBZ News.
Hours after announcing the freeze in federal funding, President Trump has called for Harvard University to lose its tax-exempt status and be taxed as a political entity.
Hertz is telling customers it experienced a data breach of customer personal information after a hack in its supply chain last year. The car rental company says the stolen information includes names, credit card and driver's license numbers, and possibly social security and passport numbers. Hertz said the breach was against its vendor software firm Clio Communications. Hertz also noted it found no evidence that its own networks was impacted.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, USDA is recalling several packaged soups. Find out if the brand in your refrigerator is among them.
And with just hours left to meet the tax deadline, find out what are some alternatives to mailing them in.
Snacks from faraway lands, or snacks with bizarre flavors. How about snacks in new ways? Or snacks you've never tried before? You don't have to go far to find these snacks. They can all be found here at Snacks on West First Street.
Yeah, we're walking around campus, and what do we see? All these clubs are looking.
They looking for me.
There's hockey.
There's improv.
So much to see. So let's go try them out and see how they be. Come on and please watch.
Our embarrassments free.
Tune in to Amateurs on WTOP.
Happy Friday, Lakers, and another beautiful day here in Oswego, New York. I'm DJ Don Perone, and I'm happy that you're starting your weekend off right listening to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network.
I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us. There's no room. Never lies are cheating. Promises keep slipping. And I'm always you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. Now our lives are cheating. Promises keep slipping. And I'm always you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
In consumer news, if you haven't finished your 2024 taxes, chop chop, the clock is ticking. It's April 15th, also known as Tax Day, the deadline to get federal income tax returns sent to the Internal Revenue Service. There are some expectations as businesses and residents in 7 disaster-stricken states have been given extensions. Taxpayers are advised to file electronically if possible. The Taxpayer Advocate Service says that's usually safer and faster than dropping it in the mail.
Concerns about the U.S. economy and the Trump administration's tariff policies appear to be sending more Americans to secondhand stores. According to consumer data, more customers are opting to shop at thrift stores in search of more affordable options nationwide. Research from Capital One Shopping found people who shop at those businesses save nearly $1,800 per year. The data also says about 1/3 of clothing items bought in the U.S. last year were secondhand.
It's a hard habit to get rid of, but smokers who turn to electronic cigarettes to help them quit traditional ones may not be helping their health. Mandy Gaither looks at a study released today that finds that dual use of these products carries the same risk as cigarette use alone.
It's a common way to cut back, but if you think vaping while continuing to use traditional cigarettes is a healthier route, American Cancer Society researchers urge you to think again.
The goal really should be to get to zero smoking, zero tobacco use.
In a new study released today, researchers analyzed data from more than 2,600 adult smokers who reported dual use of cigarettes and e-cigarettes and compared them with those who used just one of those products. They found those who used both were exposed to the same tobacco-related nicotine and toxins as they would be if only using traditional cigarettes.
The number of cigarettes per day, whether it's the e-cigarettes or the regular cigarettes, the number of cigarettes per day was the most important factor, where, of course, higher number of cigarettes gave you higher number of toxins.
The exposure to these toxins carries risks of cancer, cardiovascular disease, reproductive problems, developmental issues, and respiratory harm. Researchers say smokers should be aware that dual use of these products is not safe.
I think the main thing to take away is that the less you smoke, the better.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The CDC says most adults who smoke cigarettes want to stop, but less than 1 in 10 adults succeed in quitting in a given year. The agency says the key ways of quitting smoking include getting advice from a doctor, assistance and support from loved ones, and undergoing treatments that can help smokers stop for good.
Be careful before going into the refrigerator. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has announced a recall on several soup and bowl products. Officials say they might be contaminated with materials including wood. Among the items affected are frozen Campbell's spicy chicken nacho soup, frozen Cisco chicken tortilla soup, and frozen Molly's chicken white bean chicken chili. The USDA says the products were sent to retailers in 4 states and to expect more items will be added to the recall list.
Coming up in sports, Michelle Smith with big news for the men's hockey team.
Michelle, can you give us a quick preview?
Thanks, guys. The SUNYAC Championship celebrations are not over for the men's hockey team. Mayor Corradino recognized the Lakers at the Oswego Common Council meeting yesterday, making special mention of the team's grit and determination on their road to the SUNYAC Championship. He commended the team and their accomplishments, calling them points of pride and excitement for the city of Oswego. The team and Coach Gosek posed around the mayor for a photo after Corradino gave each player a pin to commemorate their time in Oswego. That's all from my report. Coming up after the break, Jaden Jiggets highlights the Lakers Athletes of the Week and slides into what's new in the MLB. Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
I'm your sports anchor, Jaden Jiggets, here with WTOP-10 Nightly News. Kicking off tonight's sports news, congratulations to Oswego's Madison Davis for being named Women's Lacrosse SUNYAC Offensive Athlete of the Week. This week, Davis has helped the Lakers remain perfect, scoring 3 goals and added 4 assists to her season stat sheet in the team's victory against Cortland, snapping their 40th SUNYAC win streak. The graduate student also currently ranks 3rd in the SUNYAC Conference in assists with 34. Another congratulations to Oswego's Garrett Elston for being named Men's Lacrosse SUNYAC Offensive Athlete of the Week. Just like the women's team, Elston played a major impact in keeping his team perfect in SUNYAC action this week with his standout efforts in the squad's wins over Oneonta and Mooresville. The sophomore midfielder finished with 6 goals and 2 assists on the week, 5 of the goals coming from their 16-8 Mooresville victory. Moving from one spring sport to another, Oswego's baseball suffered a doubleheader loss at home to Clarkston yesterday. Game 1 final score being 6-5 and Game 2 final score being 8-4. The Lakers kept competition close with the Golden Knights throughout Game 1 and in the beginning of Game 2 until the opposing team put up 7 goals in the 3rd inning, making it unable for the Lakers to bounce back. Oswego will return home this Friday, April 18th, when they match up against Plattsburgh. Game time will be at 3 p.m. Moving to the pros, New York Yankees superstar Aaron Judge has been named Team USA captain for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. This is the 2-time MVP's first time ever participating in the World Baseball Classic after missing out on the 2023 tournament due to him signing his 9-year extension with the Yankees. Judge also becomes the 2nd Yankees team captain for Team USA since Derek Jeter was on the roster back in 2006 and 2009. Speaking of the Yankees, we got the Yankees here in action against the Tampa Bay Royals. In this game, well, for what this game was known, it was not that many scores being held, but the Yankees definitely showed their big one in the mid part of the game. As you see, Jazz got himself a home run right there, and follow that up in the 5th inning. It was 3 home runs that was shot, each of them shot by a different player by the Yankees. Right here, you got Ben Rice. He got himself one. Right here, we see, matter of fact, my mistake, because this is actually Ben Rice right here. The last one was actually Trent Grissom with getting a home run. But as you see Ben Rice got one. And right here now, we see Austin Wells getting one. And they, like I said, this was all in the 5th inning. And the Royals, they just couldn't really keep up with the Yankees in this one. As you can see, and try to make a play, but no. Corey Bellinger was right there to get the ball, and the Yankees won this one 4-1, having their 9th win of the season. Stick around for our next flock of news. We'll be right back after the break.
La, 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 la.
Free.
La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Free.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen. They become briefly
Gobble, 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 it's Thanksgiving's revenge. A wild turkey has been detained in an Indiana store after causing a commotion.
That turkey was detained after an employee called 911 reporting the animal for chasing people and knocking products off store shelves. Yikes.
Body cam footage worn by the St. Joseph County police officers who responded showed a turkey perched on a display shelf near the pharmacy. A K-9 officer approaches the turkey and grabs it by the feet, carrying the bird safely outside and releasing it near a wooded area.
What can I say? No harm, no foul.
Attack of the butterballs. That's our report for tonight.
Be sure to stay tuned for entertainment news.
Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone.